This is the PD130.
Yes.
Mapped. Mapped. Wow, look at this. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've got Sam back, and he has purchased this Mark 1 Jetta, and he's going to be showing us around and telling us a little bit more about this beautiful patina queen. Tell us about this. When did you get it, first of all?
I only got this 2 months ago from where we're standing right now. It came to me with no engine, no gearbox, no drive shafts, no engine loom, not much really. Bit of a scabby interior, bit of scabby paint, but she'll brush up. Had a PD engine lying around, bought some Epitech mounts online, did the wiring all myself, had to get some bits and bats in, got a gearbox from the local scrapyard, shoved it in, ready to go.
And you are the PD king though, aren't you, really?
Oh, no.
Do this in your sleep?
Far from it. I managed to do it really quick, so just had some time off over Christmas, which was nice, and just threw it together, spent some time in the garage, came inside the house for food and for a wee, and that was about it. Maybe some sleep.
How long did it take you to do the swap?
Just under 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
At a leisurely pace though, it wasn't like...
leisurely pace. I was still working as well full time, so working shifts and then sleeping about 3 hours in the day. Get up, get in the garage, do some Jetta work. So.
Yeah. Is it like similar to working on a Caddy? Like same engine bay and all that?
It's almost identical. Really? So it's got the CE1 wiring loom and stuff, which is a bonus. The mounts are exactly the same. The struts are exactly the same, but it's just a Mark 1 Golf with a bit of a boot on the end of it.
Yeah, that's it. It's a Jetta CL, and we worked that out the other day, didn't we? It was like yesterday. So there was a GL, which Kieran's behind the camera. Hiya! So Kieran Googled, and GL is like what did you say? It was like a luxury, more luxury?
Yeah. Luxury extra.
The GL was the luxury extra, and then we've got the CL.
CL, coupe luxury in English.
Yeah, like poverty plus that one, and then you got the C, which is the poverty.
So what would have made a GL? Would that be like different door cards and maybe not aircon?
Bit more bells and whistles. No aircon in this country anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the CL. And do you know much about the history? Do you know much about like what the previous owner's done to it, or?
No, I am of course the 10th owner. So it needed a bit of welding, and the interior it did not match from what it was from the factory. It has got its blue door cards, which is nice.
Yeah.
Someone's cut speaker holes in them, of course, and then taking the speakers away. But it's just like a little Mark 1 Golf, really. It's easy to get parts for, except the rear seats are slightly different, but that's okay. We've got some in.
Wow.
Get some seat belts sorted for it, and take you for a ride.
Yes, absolutely. These wheels, correct me if I'm wrong, these are from your Caddy?
No, they were brand spanking new online from some random company I found on Google.
You just sprayed them?
No, I just sprayed them, BBS Subaru Gold. They're Renault Capture wheels, so slightly different ET fitment to the usual Renault Steelies people get. Which I still have. These are a good size, good fitment, no spacers needed, and they just suit the car really well. Get skinny tyres on still, so.
And your plans for this, because we were talking earlier, and the Caddy was originally like the drag, go fast, fun vehicle, and now this, you're thinking could be, you're going to swap the engine around, right?
This was going to be the daily at first, but I've got a more responsible daily at home, and this isn't going to be a responsible daily. Yeah, so the Caddy has got a bit too much power for the chassis that it is, with the nice old leaf springs and stuff on the back, and the Caddy drives so nice that I'm just going to put a standard engine back into it. I'll just swap around with this. This will get the high horsepower engine because it'll handle it just that little bit better, and it's got seats in the back for all the friends I don't have. It's going to be great.
When you say put the standard engine back in the Caddy, you mean the PD that's in this?
Yeah.
You're going to put in the Caddy.
Yeah, this is
the Caddy PD out and put it in this.
Yeah, swap them around because Caddy's got a heavy clutch, big injectors, big cam, harder springs, and a big spoolie boy. So this is all just completely standard. Drives as it should, really nice, good MPG. Just swap them over, make the Caddy a nice daily. Me and the missus go out to nice places and stuff, and then just bring this out for silly events and go to Santa Pod and maybe even a track day or two.
That'd be cool. The original colour we saw earlier inside the boot, it's like a blue. Do you know like the colour name?
Yeah, it's a very, very light blue. The specialists will really know. This was just painted at some point in its life, and then of course it's been keyed in nitro mode or something, brake fluid change. Yeah, someone's done something silly to it, but it suits it all right. We went to Caffeine Machine, people were losing their minds over it, which was crazy. So
this is the Mark 1. Did the Mark 2 look any different
It still had the square headlights. It was just a Mark II Golf with the square headlights and a boot, which then became, you know, the Bora, and then it came back to the Jetta and the Vento and all that.
The boot space is
enormous,
really deep.
Yeah,
when you showed us, it's
deep,
really deep.
I don't know why I have a Caddy anymore. I could just use this. It's so deep.
Wow. And you've never owned a Jetta before?
No, I've honestly I've never liked them. I'm still not a fan of it. I like my circle lights. I'm a circle light guy. I just like it's so easy to work on because it's just a Caddy front end or Golf front end with some seats. Everything's the same. I have unfortunately had to steal some bits off the Caddy to get it going, but
yeah,
it'll get swapped back. It's all easy enough to put back together.
Done the engine swap.
Yep.
Any other mods? Because have you mentioned the exhaust? Did you put a different exhaust on?
The exhaust, well, it came with one, thankfully, from front to back, but I had to make a downpipe from the PD, connected it up to the centre section, so it's got a silencer in the middle, it's got a back box, so you can't hear anything on the inside. It's great. You can hear the engine rattling at the front like you do, but at the end there's absolutely nothing. But when I swap the edges over, I'm going to have to make some changes because this exhaust is tiny for the PD.
Well, I don't know if we mentioned already the bumpers. Were they a standard? Because they're the chrome small bumpers, right?
Yeah, so as far as I know, the Jettas did not come with these bumpers at all. They came with the big plastic ones like you see on the Caddy.
The wraparound ones?
The wraparound ones, yeah, the same for the rear, and then someone's put chrome ones on at some point, and of course ratted them and made them all rusty instead of chromy. So,
what do you think about this right now? Like, have you got any more modifications or fixes or things in the pipeline for this in the future?
Not much.
It's done now.
Yeah, there's no point in messing with the paint. It might also be destroyed from the paint stripper that's been on it because that ruins the metal. And I'm too much of a tight git to pay for a brand new fresh paint, because if then I paint it, I'm not going to use it, and it gets used.
Gets used.
It's going to get better suspension at some point. I might get some poly bushes on the anti-roll bars and things like that, but I still want to make it, you know, usable on the motorway, just like the Caddy is now. It's still very smooth, and then when you put your foot down, you just lose all control. So, of the car and yourself.
So, this is the PD130.
Yes.
Mapped. Mapped. Wow, look at this. We've got a top fill rad, which gets rid of that bottle here.
Yeah.
Gives you more space. There's no scuttle tray.
Yeah, someone cut it out at some point. When I got it, of course, it had split, rusted up a bit. I've managed to bodge it back together, so there's no water getting in, there's no loud noises or anything like that, and there's no smoke getting in. So, but standard engine, standard turbo, not a great big intercooler, just a standard twin pass one, and just standard pipes from what I had lying around. That's why it's all different colours and stuff. O2J gearbox from the scrapyard that I found. Put the drive shafts on it that you need to get from an Ibiza. Standard engine mounts. It came with a 9-inch servo, the bigger brakes and stuff, so it already stopped quite well. Little top fill rad to keep it a bit more tidier, and it's just a bit easier. These PDs stay extremely cool. They're hard to get up to temperature sometimes, so you have to really rag them about. But yeah, everything seems to work under here. I've kept the wirings tidy. I need to change some Jubilee clips in places, but yeah, it's a brand new head gasket, brand new bits on some bits of the internals of the engine. Just tidied it up, cleaned the injectors up, and yeah, she's good to go.
You must have done about 6 engine swaps, PD swaps?
Yeah, some of them were the same engine, but the engines have been out of the Caddy so many times just to change little niggly things that really didn't need doing, but it's just easy to drop them out, and it's so easy to do the conversion on these that it doesn't take long to muck about. You can get it out in about an hour, I think.
That's mad, isn't it?
So,
just getting it done. What have we mentioned? The gearbox. What is it? An O2J?
Yeah, O2J. Nothing too special about it. It's got slightly long ratios, and I've put the longer 5th speed on it, so when I'm on the motorway it sits at 2000 RPM and just sips the fuel.
That's amazing.
All in, I'm under £3,000 at the moment to get it on the road, running, driving, and to a point. So a lot of it is new parts, so new clutch and flywheel, brand new drive shafts, new brake discs on the way and stuff. So
right, you got it, picked it up, and it was pretty much a shell with an engine somewhere.
Yeah,
was the engine out of it?
The engine was offered with it. The guy took it out and offered it with the car for some reason, but didn't want it, and just wanted it as a shell, do my own little thing. And it was either going to put a VR in it or a PD. And when I got home and looked in the garage, I was like, oh, got a PD head there, oh, PD injectors, oh, PD bottom end, oh, and I've pretty much got everything. I already had the drive shafts as well, because they were for the Caddy for when they snap, and they haven't snapped because they're quite good. I just needed engine mounts, a gearbox, and that was about it. Everything else was lying around in the garage.
You got the vehicle, 4 weeks, putting the engine in, got it taxed, got it on the road.
Yeah.
And here it is.
And insured.
And insured. It can be done, people. It can be done.
Did need some welding as well. I'm not a welder, so I've got it going. Needed a new fuel tank. Someone had already set it up for fuel injection, so I just rewired that part so it fuels for the PD and stuff. Standard lines, nothing special. Audi A4 inline filter in there. Pumps quite a lot of fuel. It does the standard fuel pump. I think it's had a special one put on because the ABF before it was quite high horsepower. So
this is the trunk.
Yes.
It is massive.
Yeah, it's pretty big. She's a little dirty, but she needed some welding. So someone had placed the battery in there because race car. The battery had leaked previously and made a nice big hole in the floor. So
it's your battery. It's got a nasty hole. This is deep. Look at my arm, right? This is my arm. Straight, still going. Bosh. It is so deep.
Yeah. And it's got a big wheel well as well, so you can fit a spare wheel in, no troubles. All your tools and stuff you'll definitely need when driving these about. So
yeah, that is some serious boot space.
And it shuts really nice as well. No slamming like we do with tailgates. Just done. Just
look at that.
Easy peasy. Good stuff.
So this is what I learnt this weekend, thanks to Kieran, wherever he's gone. When you put a tyre on, the red dots are supposed to be lined up with the valve. Something about balancing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. So new tyre, make sure the red dot is lined up with the valve.
Handles so much better than the Caddy. So much better. Not got into limp mode.
And that is Sam's 1983 Mark 1 Jetta, which is just, I love it. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. Sam, thank you so much for showing us around.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm keen to follow this along. We'll put Sam's Instagram right here. Give him a follow. I know you don't really post too often.
You post for me mostly, but I'll try.
If you enjoyed today's video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more vehicle tours just like this. Take care.